Damn. That's my word. Damn. They just couldn't do it. Versus Wisconsin. They cannot get a sweep, Michigan hockey. Come on. Man. They got a little bit complacent there late in the game, but this was the best first period I've ever seen in my entire life. 12, 8, and 3 Michigan Wolverines were taking on 19, 5, and 1 Wisconsin. The second game at Yost here, Michigan won last night 5-1, and Wisconsin swept Michigan earlier in the season at their house. So this was a crucial game, and it went to overtime, but this first period was amazing. Seconds in, Blotachuk was penalized, and Michigan went on a power play. Brentley's shot went to Dylan Duke for a rebound, and he scored, and Michigan was up 1-0. 17 seconds later, Finley for Wisconsin scored off of a Michigan turnover. That was a thing. This was a frantic game where there was no settling down, and when Michigan did, it was too late. They only had a one-goal lead late in the third period, but we're talking about the first period here. Man. It was a 1-1 tie after Finley scored for Wisconsin early on in this first period. Shifsky was then penalized for cross-checking, and Wisconsin wanted a power play, and Michigan killed it while possessing and having opportunities of their own during that power play kill. All of this was in the first 5 minutes of the game, and then Bantoff scored a while later, but had to go to the box on the same play because he scored and then ran into our goalie, and they just beat the hell out of Brzezinski or whatever his name is. He's an amazing goalie. This was a duel of both of these goalies. McClellan, heard his name a lot tonight. Holy crap. He is the best for a reason. And they won in overtime because of it. But man, this first quarter, I can't get over it. I have to do a video. Even though Michigan lost this, it was an amazing game. Blantoff scored, like I said, and then Michigan went on a power play, and Moldenhauer had to get the turnover, and he scored the power play goal. It was 2-2 now. And then seconds after that goal, Michigan's Draper to Ernest went in, and it was 3-2 Michigan. With 7 minutes left, Estapa and Lindmark were penalized, so it was 4-on-4. And I thought, man, Michigan has the electric high-flying offense, the one that wants to push the ball or the puck. Why shouldn't they capitalize on these 4-on-4s? But there was 2 of them in this game, and they didn't capitalize on any of them. They did pretty good on their power plays, but 4-on-4 not so much. In fact, I think Wisconsin might have scored on 1 or 2 of the 4-on-4s. So with 7 minutes left, they did that, and Day St. Paul found Finley for a goal. There you go. That was on one of the 4-on-4s, and it was 3-3 with plenty of time in the first period. Then Barczewski had some great, amazing saves for Michigan, our goalie. And then Strammel was frustrated for Wisconsin and was penalized right away. Brentley shot, and Duke scored the rebound off the shot, and it was 4-3 Michigan. All this is in the first period. But right after that, a penalty on Michigan was called. So the 7th penalty so far in the first period, Wisconsin was on a power play, and Michigan killed again. They killed another one. The defense was great, but theirs was better in this game. Just before the intermission, McClellan had 2 great saves. You had to take a breath after that first period if you listened to it or watched it. I listened to it on WCBN Sports like I did last week, and wow, they were great over there. Michigan ended up losing, but they are still great, and it was still a great game. So we had two more periods to go after that. In the second period, early, a soft call on Trescott for Michigan. Michigan had a 4-3 lead, and they didn't want that, so they called Trescott for some stupid shit, and Wisconsin went on a power play, and Pavlicek scored for them, and the game was tied early on, and it was a frantic pace that continued early on in this period. Michigan was awarded another. There was finally some back and forth hockey and some sustained ice in the second period where Michigan, there was back and forth, and they could finally set up a play, and Michigan was awarded a power play 5 minutes in. McClellan had plenty of great saves, and he had more on this power play for Wisconsin, and they got a kill. Michigan fell to 3-5 on the power plays. No other goals in this period until the 8:54 mark, and players got a rest, and this game slowed way down, and Wisconsin was playing more possession. And both goalies were great in this period, and Gavin Bruntley got a nice hit. He got a hit on the hit party, and no penalty. But it was just kind of, they let him play there for a while. It was weird. They called everything early, and then they didn't call anything, and, you know, it is what it is. Michigan lost, but they felt like they wanted to keep this game close. They meaning the referees. But the second period continued. About 3 minutes left. Michigan had been possessing and getting shots and chances, and but they were turned away. But Michigan was looking like the best team going into the third period, even though Wisconsin had the only goal in that period. So the third period opened up, and right away, I ate my words. Wisconsin held, and Michigan was on their sixth power play. But Michigan turned it over again and had to commit their own penalty to save a goal. So we were on the 4-on-4 again, and Michigan's advantage went away. And neither team capitalized, thank goodness, but Michigan finally then broke through. With 5 minutes left, Frank Nazar assisted by McGroarty, and it was 5-4 Michigan. Finally, we're going to do it, right? I thought, okay, Michigan needs a fire under their asses and compete and get a sweep, right? And they're going to do it. But no, Michigan got conservative, though. And Wisconsin scored to tie the game. It was 5-5. And this game eventually went to overtime after two or three more great saves by McClellan. And in overtime, pretty early on, Finley scored for Wisconsin in sudden death, so Michigan lost. But they got a point. They got 2 points for winning last night. They got a point tonight. That's all that matters. We didn't sweep them. We did not get to sweep Wisconsin away, but we won, and we went to overtime with them and lost. I'm going to have my broom handy. Come on, we have to sweep somebody this season that is of importance. But I'm proud of this team for sticking with the number 3 team in the nation, And if they can get into the 16 teams are invited into the college hockey playoff, right? 4 teams in different pods, and there's 4 1 seeds, and yeah. Michigan hockey has been to the last 2 Frozen Fours. I think they can do it again if they just get into the field. And they have the talent. Everything is there. They're a little bit young. They just sometimes they get a little complacent and they need a fire up under their butt, and that's what happens every week, seems like. They win Friday because there was a fire up under their butt because they lost the last Saturday game. So they win, they lose, they win, they lose, they win, they lose. We got to turn that around. They need to just own the possibilities of what they can do. This team, Seamus Casey. I could name all the players right now, but this video is getting a little bit long, and it was a losing effort. And tomorrow, all Michigan fans are paying attention to the Lions. The Detroit Lions are on the road at San Francisco, and that is next on the agenda, as well as Sharon Moore being Michigan's next head coach. That is awesome too. And I got to bring it up. Basketball sucks. Michigan basketball sucks, and I don't understand why we got to let Juwan Howard run this season out, and both him and Martelli are gone. And we start over there. Women's basketball is doing pretty good, so we'll keep an eye on that. So, man, hockey bounce back. I think Michigan State next week, the duel in the D, if I'm not mistaken, or that could be later. But anyway, hey, you had a great performance, and 5-5 in overtime. It was an amazing first period. Like I said, I've never seen nothing like it. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Let's go watch the Lions win a NFC championship tomorrow night and celebrate tomorrow night as well. Thank you. Have a great night. Like the video, share, subscribe, and go Blue.